All right. Welcome to today's Smartsheet onboarding webinar. My name is Brett and I'm on our customer success team here. And I'm here to provide you with a unique experience to achieve meaningful business outcomes and enhance your Smartsheet skills. I am excited to lead us through today's session with CS. So you might be wondering, what is CS? CS stands for Customer Success. The Smartsheet Customer Success team is here to help you get the most value out of your Smartsheet investment by providing you with best practices and resources. And before I dive into our focus of today's sessions, I want to make sure you're well acquainted with specific navigation points before we begin. So located in the box labeled Slides, click the four-pointed arrow icon to expand this view to get a closer look at today's slides. We have several people from our CS team here to answer your questions throughout today's session. So simply submit your questions using the chat box feature below. In the related content section, you'll find a link to register for upcoming webinars and additional resources. Lastly, we'll go ahead and send a recording of today's session along with a survey to your inbox after the session is completed. Smartsheet Onboarding is here to introduce you to Smartsheet and help get you started as a new user in several ways. First, I'll introduce you to Smartsheet at a high level, what Smartsheet is, and how Smartsheet enables you to dynamically plan, execute, and report on work to move faster, drive innovation, and achieve more. We'll then spend some time talking about the building blocks of a Smartsheet solution, managing your work, creating real-time summaries of your project performance, as well as visualizing project performance. These components are the keys to the work you accomplish in Smartsheet. We'll then dive into a Smartsheet solution demo to see how all of these elements come together. Before we finish up with today's session, I'll share additional resources for getting started on your Smartsheet journey. This Smartsheet onboarding is the first in a series of webinars that will dive deeper into sheets, collaboration, reports, and dashboards with a dedicated session for each topic. I'll share how to register for upcoming webinars to continue your Smartsheet education. So before we spend time going over today's objectives, I quickly want to highlight the Smartsheet community for webinars. The Smartsheet community is a valuable resource where you can find peer-to-peer information about everything Smartsheet related, from project management best practices to how-to guidance from fellow users. Following today's webinar, the learning doesn't have to stop. You can continue the conversation on a webinar post, ask questions, gain insights, and get inspiration all in one place. I'd highly recommend bookmarking the webinar's community page. It is in your resources linked at the top right-hand section of your screen. You can search for any webinar to continue learning even after our session ends today. I also want to make sure you're aware of the 3 different webinar badges you can earn from our Smartsheet community. The Smartsheet Rewards program allows you to earn badges, points, and level up on the community platform to unlock rewards, including exclusive invites, swag, access to community beta features, and more. A point value is assigned to each badge that you earn. The Webinar Attendee badge, you've already achieved this today by attending today's webinar, so that's awesome. You're on a good start. The Webinar Participant badge. Your involvement and contributions are vital to creating a dynamic and enriching experience for everyone during our webinars. You earn this badge by doing one of the following during a webinar: asking a question, answering a poll, or reacting with an emoji. The Webinar Superstar badge. You can earn this badge by attending multiple webinars and doing one of the following in each: asking a question in a webinar, participating in a poll, or completing the survey at the end of the webinar. So what are we aiming to achieve during our time today? We want to understand the foundational tools used to manage work, collaborate, and visualize your work all within a Smartsheet solution. How to create a quick and effective solution using Smartsheet's Project Assistant, and navigating the Smartsheet platform for resources and support. What is Smartsheet? If you're joining us today, you may be a new user on a trial, coming for a refresh, or you previously attended one of our other webinars. Either way, I'm glad that you're joining us today. We'll start with what is Smartsheet and how does it empower me to make an impact? I think it's safe to say that work has evolved a lot over the last few years, and the way that work is done has also changed significantly. Smartsheet is designed for this new workplace. More than half of the work that we do today is unstructured. In other words, it's work that doesn't fit into a purpose-built technology tool like an ERP or a CRM. Many of the solutions used to manage this unstructured work are built by business users instead of professional developers. Smartsheet is the platform for this dynamic work. So what does that mean for you? Smartsheet is ultimately here to empower you, your teams, and your organizations to work the way that you need to get things done. Let's consider these three pillars: workflow, content, and collaboration. With Smartsheet, you design a solution that works the way you need it to, one that adapts as your work changes, and ultimately gives everyone the ability to continuously make an impact. The pillars. Smartsheet empowers organizations and teams to dynamically plan, execute, and report on work to move faster, drive innovation, and achieve more. Smartsheet provides the building blocks and enables any user to design a solution that meets their unique needs and adapts as their work evolves. These building blocks enable you to collaborate, manage, and report on work in real time, automate workflows, and deploy new processes at scale. You can work with your team's existing technology, but are also empowered to design solutions that match the way your team works instead of changing the way you work to align with your technology. Smartsheet provides a dynamic work platform for a dynamic workforce. Smartsheet core capabilities. The Smartsheet platform includes powerful core capabilities, pre-built templates and solutions, instructor-led training and professional services, and premium add-on products. Smartsheet's enterprise collaborative work management platform integrates data from the 40% of the work that is structured, the clearly defined continuous work that naturally fits its mission-critical systems like Salesforce, Okta, DocuSign, Slack, and more. We'll spend most of our time today talking about the powerful core capabilities that Smartsheet provides, the building blocks to any solution, regardless of your title, industry, or company size. Next, we'll talk about the building blocks of Smartsheet. So Sheets. Manage your work with Sheets. Sheets are the foundation of all of your work within Smartsheet. Sheets are flexible and are able to be customized into any type of solution. You can customize the structure with different column types, symbol columns, and indent rows to organize work. Everyone can work in their preferred view: grid view, Gantt view, card view, calendar view, and timeline view. A sheet is a single source of truth. Attach files, capture conversations, proof, markup, and approve documents all within your sheet. Sheets include all of the collaboration tools that are important in Smartsheet, such as automating workflows or intaking data with forms. Sheets act as the underlying data for the work you're going to see in reports, dashboards, and other Smartsheet items. Reports. You can create real-time summaries of your project performance with reports. Reports provide a dynamic way to work with your sheet data, enabling you to work with data from multiple sheets in a single view. You can also bring in data from multiple workspaces into this view as well. You're able to customize the data you see in a report with filters and specific columns. For example, you can filter to see the tasks that are at risk from the full task list and so forth. You're also able to group data by common values and summarize with functions. You don't need to utilize formulas to do this, which is great. There are pre-filled functions for you to choose from that help you summarize and understand your data better. Dashboards. Share a real-time view that combines sheet data, reports, and external content with your dashboards. Surface real-time data from sheets and reports all to one place without needing to expose the underlying data for any purpose and any audience. You're able to visualize this data with charts, graphs, tables, external content, and much more. We just reviewed the 3 different components of a Smartsheet, so I want to take a moment to display how each of these building blocks work together. Sheets, which are the core of all you want to accomplish in Smartsheet, feed into a report, which brings data together from multiple sheets or multiple workspaces that can be filtered or grouped to summarize that data. Then, dashboards combine both sheets and reports alongside external content to provide a visual representation of the data, or they can simply serve as a resource hub for you as well. We've focused so far on the 3 main Smartsheet assets in your toolkit, but an integral part of any solution is collaboration. Depending on the user type, you will have specific permissions for what you can do in Smartsheet. If you're a licensed user, you're able to create and own work. As a free user, you're able to collaborate on work. System admins manage licensing and account settings for your plan. Reach out to your system administrator to help you identify or change your user type if needed. Now that we've talked about what you can do in Smartsheet, depending on your user type, let's discuss sharing permissions. Sharing permissions help us understand what you can do with assets you have access to. Admins are able to customize sheet structure and settings. An editor with can share can view, edit, and share an asset. An editor that cannot share can still comment and view it. Commenters can leave comments and view assets. And lastly, viewers are only able to view assets in a read-only type state. What you can do in Smartsheet depends on what permissions you are granted when you're shared to an asset. Sharing permissions help us understand what you can do in each asset. Admins are able to customize sheet structure and settings. An editor can view, edit, and share an asset. Editors that cannot share can comment and view them. Commenters can leave comments and view assets. And lastly, viewers are only able to view assets in a read-only type state. So now that we've talked about the powerful core capabilities that Smartsheet provides, it's time for me to show you. So let's go ahead and dive into our solution demo. When you first log in to Smartsheet, you'll first access this homepage. This homepage provides you with quick access to your most recent or frequently used assets. On the left-hand panel here, you'll see your navigation toolbar. This home screen that we're looking at is home here at the top. Next, you'll see the notifications for anything that people has maybe mentioned you or has popped up within your notification section. You'll then see Browse, which will allow you to sort through any assets that you have created or been shared to. Your Recents, which will show anything that you've accessed recently. Your Favorites, which is essentially the bookmarks section of Smartsheet. So you can star different items that will pop up in your favorites section if you access them frequently. Work apps, which we'll dive into a little bit later. The Create section, which will pop to our Solution Gallery or Solution Center. The Help screen that will take you to different help resources, articles, Smartsheet University. And then lastly, your profile and your settings at the bottom here. So the Solution Gallery, as I mentioned, is sort of like a marketplace where you can find pre-built sets of sheets, reports, dashboards, and forms that you can use to jumpstart new projects and processes. When you click Create New, you can see all of the different options here. You can create a new sheet, a form, report, dashboard, work app. You also have the ability to utilize our project assistant that I'll take a look at here in just a moment, or you can import a file from Excel, Project, Google Sheets, or Trello. The Smartsheet building blocks can be dynamically combined to manage any type of work. Similarly, templates can be repurposed to fit your needs. A template with a single solution is something where it has just a single sheet that you can repopulate for yourself to start with a template from your sheet. We also have template sets, which include sheets, reports, and dashboards, such as this one. The simple project plan and any of these other template sets within our Solution Center will show you all of the different assets that come with them. So this one includes a dashboard, a sheet, a report, and then it shows how all of these items are connected. And one of the great new options that we have is the Project Assistant. It only takes a few minutes to get a project spun up in the template gallery, and today I'll go ahead and show you how with the Project Assistant. This is a quick and effective solution for managing and tracking projects, deliverables, using just a few simple inputs. So let's go ahead and give that a try now. So let's say I'm a product owner and I've recently received a request to align my team on a new project rollout. First, I need to create a project release map that aligns my team members on large priorities, cross-functional, and individual team member responsibilities, and progress to release. The Project Assistant will help you plan, manage, and visualize your project. I want my title to clearly capture what I'm developing, not only for myself, but also through other team members on my team. So to get started, we will type in a few details about our project. So let's just call this Project Beta. And I'll choose the Gantt view because I want to be able to see a timeline view of my data as well. We'll click next to our tasks, and it will allow us to add a few different tasks here. We can always edit and modify this information later. So just for ease, we'll do task 1 and task 2. And then we can have subtasks. And again, just for ease, we'll do subtask 1 and subtask 2. Next, we'll go ahead and add reports. This is by default going to give us a task summary report and an overdue tasks report. Next, we'll go ahead and add a dashboard. This is going to help us visualize that high-level information about these projects and tasks. This is a sample of what that would look like here. And then we'll go ahead and click Build Project. So now we can see that Project Assistant has spun up for me a sheet, 2 reports, and a dashboard. Let's start with the sheet and take a look at what this has with it. So again, the sheet is the primary place where all of our information is going to be stored. The structure, it has rows, different column types, and hierarchies. So I can change this column to text and number, a dropdown, date, checkbox, all sorts of different options depending on what type of data you're trying to store. And they are also able to create different hierarchies. So you can see here this minus button. If I want to collapse all of the tasks or the subtasks below task 1, I can open and expand those with hierarchies, and they're very simple to go ahead and add and remove. You can also view this information in many different ways. So right now we are looking at this information in a Gantt view, which has kind of our standard grid on the left, and then a timeline style chart on the right-hand side. I can change over to just a standard grid view. I can also go to a card view, which will allow me to drag items between different swim lanes. And then I can also see a calendar view that will show me my tasks on a calendar. We also have the ability to utilize forms within Smartsheet. To do so, come up to the top and click Forms, click on Manage Forms, and you can see any forms that have been created and added within your sheet already. If you want to create one, you would simply click this Create Form button here. Additionally, you can build in different automations within Smartsheet. So for instance, if I assign a person a new task and I want to let them know, I can have Smartsheet do that for me rather than needing to send that person a message or an email to let them know that they have a new task. You can also do things like request status updates on a weekly cadence and so forth. There's lots and lots of great things that you can do with automations. To build them, come up to this automation section and click on Manage Workflows. We have many different templates that you can start from, or you can come up to the top right here and click Create from Scratch. This will allow you to enter all the details that you want to create your automations, and you can make them with multiple tiers. So if it's an approval process, you can do multiple things once it's approved or multiple things once it's declined. They're very, very powerful. So I would highly recommend taking a look at those. In order to share something with someone, I can come up to the Share button and click on the sheet. From here, I can type in someone's email address and share it to that specific person, and I can choose the level of permissions that I want them to have here. In order to take a deeper dive into the many functions of a sheet, I would highly suggest you sign up for the Sheets webinar, which can be found in the related content box on the right side of your screen. And in order to share, you can come up here to this right-hand side, click the Share button, and you can either share the workspace or just the sheet itself. And if I type in someone's email address here, I can choose what level they have access to. So admin, this person would be essentially the highest level that they can be. They're able to reorganize columns, delete columns, really do just about anything that they may need to do within this particular sheet. Editor can share. They're able to edit, modify things like deleting, adding, renaming columns. They would not have the ability to do. They still can share things. So if I shared something to somebody as an editor, they could then share that to their colleague. Editor cannot share. This is essentially the same thing, but they just do not then have the ability to share to someone else. A commenter, they are able to make comments and view this particular sheet, but they are not going to be able to edit anything with it. And then lastly, a viewer, they would be able to view the information within the sheet, essentially as kind of a read-only option. All right, so next, let's take a look at reports. So we'll hop into the task summary report that came with this Project Assistant rollout. So reports are able to filter and summarize your data. When you create a report, it's going to walk you through all of these tabs at the top here to bring in all of the data that you want from that report. So you'll go ahead and choose which assets you want to add here. In this particular instance, we're looking at project beta. We're looking at that task sheet. If I wanted to, I can select items from multiple different workspaces and combine multiple sheets or workspaces of data into this report. Then it's going to ask us what columns we want to go ahead and add to this report. So we can choose all of the different ones that we want to see, and we can also drag and move these around. So don't worry too much about what order you bring them in with. You can also go ahead and filter with your reports. So this is really kind of one of the main functions of reports. So in this case, we are filtering by the status not being blank because we want to see these summaries of each of these tasks. I could even go further and say, this is going to be one that is only going to show items that are not complete. So I can filter out anything that is marked as complete, and then this would only show in progress and not started items. Next, we can go ahead and group by status or any of the other column options, which will then group all of your rows or tasks by that particular status. You also have the ability to summarize and do the count, sum, average, min, max, and so forth. So this right now is giving us a count of the number of tasks within each of these statuses. And then lastly, we can sort items depending on our needs. If you want to learn more about reports, I would really recommend checking out the reports webinar, which can be found in the resources box on your screen. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at dashboards. So dashboards are the visual layer of your work in Smartsheet and help you collect, summarize, and share important aspects such as project status or key performance indicators with stakeholders in a single place. Widgets build our dashboards. So these are dynamic and customizable. In order to add any of these items to your dashboard, you would first click the edit pencil at the very top and then click add widgets. And it will simply allow you to choose any of these items that you want to go ahead and add to your dashboard. So again, dashboards are a no-code way to just easily drag and drop information into your dashboard to summarize your projects or your data. Similar to Sheets, you're able to share this dashboard with anyone that you may need to. So go ahead and click Share Dashboard, and you'll have all the same options for the most part as sheets. So you'll be able to send it as an admin so that someone would be able to edit and modify, or you'll be able to share it just as a viewer to people as well. You also have the ability to surface external content within your dashboards as well. So maybe if I had a YouTube video or a map link that I wanted to post on this particular dashboard, I could do that as well. And that would come in simply through this web content section. We can also add images, different rich text, shortcuts. So to review what we were able to achieve during our solution demo, I have this quick and easy chart and display. We were able to utilize Project Assistant from the Solution Center to create a project that includes one sheet, 2 reports, and a dashboard just in a couple minutes. Super simple. So let's recap today's session with a few key takeaways and next steps. We now know what Smartsheet is and the building blocks it has to create a dynamic solution. A sheet, the foundation of all your work in Smartsheet. A report allows you to filter and summarize your data. Dashboards are the visual layer of your work in Smartsheet that helps you collect, summarize, and share important aspects with key stakeholders in a single place. Collaboration impacts the success of the solution and overall project execution, allowing us to share items, automations, and so much more. We know how to use Project Assistant to create a quick and effective solution. Are you ready to start building your first one today? Let me close out with these resources and next steps. Smartsheet onboarding is one of 6 sessions offered weekly. I highly recommend you joining us for the Sheets webinar to learn how to structure and customize your sheet, as well as the collaboration webinar to learn how to collaborate in the best way in any situation. Sign up for any of our upcoming webinars via the web address listed on the screen or in the resources box on the right-hand side of the platform. Maybe you're the type of person that really just wants to learn at your own pace. Smartsheet University has launched a new 3-module self-paced course designed specifically for users who need to learn how to work and collaborate with their team in Smartsheet. This course covers an introduction to sheets, reports, forms, dashboards, and more, all from the perspective of someone with editor permissions. It takes around an hour and a half to complete and is free to all customers. All you need to access this course is a Smartsheet University login. In order to get a Smartsheet University login, you need a Smartsheet login. It can even be a free trial login as well. If you have questions, please go ahead and post in the Ask Us section within Smartsheet University. Learn more via the link in the resources box on your screen. The Learning Center offers many videos and articles on best practices. I would highly recommend taking a look. Don't forget about our Smartsheet community as well. In the community, you can chat peer-to-peer with other Smartsheet users to find information and gain additional support about all things Smartsheet. Your business runs on Smartsheet, and your technical account manager is your single point of contact when you need it most. Our technical account manager enhanced services goes even further, offering solution enhancements, lightweight solution builds, optimization support, and proactive solution monitoring. Click the link in the resources section to contact the team. If you want to discuss getting a TAM or TAM enhanced service for your account, please click the link to contact the team. Professional services. Our TAM service is part of our professional services, which support you in delivering end-to-end business solutions that drive productivity and outcomes while empowering your workforce. This service provides hand-on guidance for the configuration of advanced capabilities. We connect your existing systems with enterprise systems such as Jira, Salesforce, and Microsoft Dynamics. Or we can help you easily upload data from an external system with an Excel or CSV file using Smartsheet Data Shuttle. Would you like to connect with the customer success team to discuss having a Smartsheet expert build your solution? If so, let us know using the poll on your screen, and we'll have somebody reach out to you with more information. So as we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Your success matters to us, so let us know how today's session went using the survey on the right-hand side of your screen. It will also hit your inbox soon after. Until then, thank you for joining us today for Smartsheet Onboarding. Thank you.